Alright, everybody, Stinky MD back here again. We're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing live playthroughs this time. It's a combat that got recommended. I want to give it a try before I outright say it's good or bad. It's something I did at the very beginning of all these days. I found that I was sitting down for long periods of time, and those videos that people weren't really watching, given it's the beginning of the series. So we're going to give it a try now. I think it's also better because I'll be able to react to what I'm doing and give my thinking in real time. I just think that, things could go terribly wrong. So if you're seeing this, things probably did not go terribly wrong. But with that being said, the gameplay you have seen have been like highlights, things that have looked really good. So this may get ugly very quickly. So today we're going to play VGC, Regulation G. Just getting into VGC, realizing, whenever these formats change, this is my first format change I'm undergoing. Regulation H was really fun, just being able to play a variety of different things. My screen is shared. I'm just going to click through a lot of the craziness that I have here. So the Meganium team we talked about, I was thinking about putting together a Rampardos team. I may do at some point. You see Cricketoon, Flapple, a lot of the stuff that we went over, just crazy copies of copies. My folders are messy, but this is Pokemon stuff. You can see it if you get inspiration from any of this. Again, always, if you get any inspiration from anything I do, give me a shout out when you're lifting the Pokemon Championship trophy above your head. I'd greatly appreciate that. But the transition from Regulation H to Regulation G has been pretty interesting, pretty difficult, I'd say, just because there are a lot more Pokemon that are just like allowed now. And so without, going into anything in particular, let me just say this. Like, I played the most recent games. I can't even remember what they're called. I tried to think of it. I can't even remember what they're called. And so some of these Pokemon look pretty familiar to me, but usually it's something where it's like I play the game, I get a full understanding of like what the legendaries are and what they do, and then I'm able to go in there. But this is like, it's just open. The legendaries are here, which I'm not used to playing with or playing against. I'm not really too fond of playing with legendaries anyway, just like my style. That could totally change if I get a series of L's. Yeah, and there are some things that I just, never heard of, like Miraidon is one thing that I've learned about over the course of these last few days that sets up electric terrain. Because I was kind of looking through, I was like, okay, so there's a lot of stuff here, but no Tapu Koko. So can I do like Iron Hands in some way? Can I do a Golem Explosion kind of thing? Try to bring something back so I have some level of familiarity going into the new format. So Miraidon was one of those things that kind of stuck out to me from that perspective, just as far as a mix of the old and the new, if you will. Seen a lot of Groudon, seen a lot of Kyogres. This is just an overview of the format as I see it. I don't really have any organized thoughts because I've just been sitting here playing, and it's getting to the point where now in my mind there are like 10 to 15 Pokemon that I see playing against. And really this is all to set up the idea that in Regulation H, I feel like I was more able to just pick a Pokemon, build a team around it, and be able to collect wins. In Regulation G, it was more of like getting used to the format first, so I couldn't just pick something and say like, okay, I'm going to do Regigigas team, go, and get wins and do all that stuff. And so I actually like the fact that I'm able to sit here and explain this all to you and scroll through all this stuff, because, this is crazy to go up against if you're going with a Stinky MD way of playing. I didn't even get into Terrapagos, whatever that thing is. Like, that thing is insane. I had no clue that thing existed until like 2 days ago when I got on Showdown and started building teams. But enough of the, ranting and raving about all this stuff. I want to do a quick team preview just to orient you to what team is going on now. As you can see, I've done a few different harebrained things. None of this is particularly inspiring, I think, except for this team that I put together here. And this is, again, a reaction to the metagame, a reaction to what's going on. So we have the Alolan Executor. I mean, I just have to pick a few Pokemon that stand out to me that are interesting. Alolan Executor has always been interesting to me in that way. I want to run Trick Room just because this metagame really, or this format really seems to hinge a lot on Tailwind or Trick Room, a lot more than the previous one, even, I'd say. Like before, you could get away with not running it, but now it feels like a must-have. I have Gastrodon here, just the Storm Drain ability to be able to take in those water sprouts. I mean, it doesn't do it in the way that I thought it did, in that it doesn't protect the Pokemon adjacent to it. It does a good enough job. A Mirror Coat, Counter, these are like guaranteed knockouts on things that, hit like trucks, and everything in this format hits like a truck. Icy Wind and Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum is actually pretty decent of a move. I'm able to get some pretty good knockouts with that, at least so far. Maybe things go horribly wrong and none of this goes anywhere. Monkey Dory is interesting. One of the things I did when building this team out is I typed in moves that I wanted Pokemon to know, and then Pokemon kind of just came up. I didn't even know what a Monkey Dory was, but because through playing the game, I usually know what it is. But because I didn't even play the game, I guess fully complete the game, or I had a different version where this wasn't available, I'm now learning about Monkey Dory. I primarily use this for the fake out. I think the Parting Shot is pretty good. It has a nice speed stat. The psychic typing I always tend to like. I like Salazzle a lot, so being able to get the poison on certain things via Toxic Chain, Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave is a bit hit or miss because it hits, the Pokemon next to me too. There are a few things I do to get around that. I guess it's a click back to Executor actually with the Terra type Steel. This is something where you see a lot of Miraidons as people's leads, and they'll Terrasilize into Fairy type, to get the Dragon type off just ahead of the mirror match. And so Executor being a Dragon type, me being aware that people are going to do Terra type Fairy, I just take that extra step, go Terra type Steel, have Terra Blast. I do pretty good damage on it, and I tend to resist a lot of hits. Steel is also a great type to get rid of a lot of the weaknesses that Executor Alola has. I have the Thundurus here. Don't really use it for a lot. Just again, the idea of speed control through Thunder Wave, through Electro Wave is important. Grass Knot, in theory, is good against like Kyogre and Groudon. Haven't really used it a lot in practice, but it's there if I ever feel the need to choose it as one of my 4. Malamar has been like the MVP of the team essentially. It's probably makes the most sense just standing out from it, but with Superpower, Trick Room, and Knockoff Store Power, again, this is another Trick Room setter, so it's not particularly fast. Superpower is the move that I click a lot, just doing big damage to a lot of different things. I'm able to face Incineroar fairly well, which is something I see very often. It kind of even deters opponents from playing Incineroar, or they have to play it in a different way. I feel like this team, it's built in a way where it's a bit of an awkward matchup, right? I put myself in a position to be able to not get so bogged down by a lot of the common threats. And the last Pokemon, this was straight off of searching up moves. This is Torterra. I was going to make this a Meganium slot to kind of have a nice carryover, but look, we're learning new things. That's essentially what this is. We are learning new things. And so Torterra, what I wanted to do is have some synergy with the Malamar. So Bulldoze is there, Light Screen, Reflect, and Wide Guard. I'm really just trying to... this metagame, I keep saying metagame, but the format to me is really all about manipulation of speed. So Tailwind comes out from the opponent, and then they're able to click Water Spout with Kyogre, and they'll take out your first 2 guys. So you have to be ready for moves like that. That's what I'm seeing. Similar thing with Groudon, right? You'll choose the a Whimsicott or something. It'll do Tailwind or a Jumpluff. You'll do Tailwind with that, and then Groudon will either Swords Dance or Protect that turn 1, click Precipice Bait, Blades turn 2, take out both your Mons. You basically lost. I basically lost multiple thousands of 100 times. And again, if it clearly hasn't gone terribly wrong because you're listening and watching this video right now. That's a team preview I feel like going through right now. Everything else will kind of reveal itself in the games. My gameplay is not going to be perfect. This team is probably not perfect. Leave comments. It's awkward looking, I'll say that, but we're sticking MD, and I'm sticking to that. I'm not going to just, jump over and play We play for wins, but we play for certain kinds of wins. You know what I'm saying? You guys are familiar with what's going on here. Okay, I mean, this whole playing live thing is pretty interesting. I actually, let me check how much time I've been going for. So I've been going for 10 minutes. That's a little rough, but I mean, look, let's jump into it. VGC 2025, Stinky MD, let's do it. I made the thumbnail, this little background thing myself. It didn't take too much time. All right, we're into our first game. I can't lie, I'm a little nervous. I hope this goes well, but we do see the Groudon. This looks like a Sun team already. So some of the things I do, I see the Rillaboom. I like to just lead Monkey Dory. The idea of fake out on turn 1 really provides me a lot of advantage as far as potentially being able to get the poison on something. I mean, what, Grimmsnarl, Groudon lead? Most likely. Executor actually matches up quite nicely with the Groudon so long as I don't terrestrialize. I mean, I'll just, play it by ear as the match goes. You also have the Entei as well and timers on, so it's going to be a balance of me talking in and just clicking and playing, so I will do my best. Yeah, we're going to lead Executor. I feel like Malamar Torterra is probably a good here. I'm looking around. I don't know if there's anything I really want to Thunder Wave or Electro Web as much, or similar with Gastrodon. I mean, I see that Suicune thing. So I think I'll do that. I'll go Gastrodon Malamar. Torterra and Groudon come out. Monkey Dory and Executor. So this is actually a great lead for me. One of the things I really benefit from with this team is a lot of Rillaboom. So Executor has Giga Drain, so it's able to do bigger damage. I predict you're gonna, click Protect with the Groudon, but I don't really mind that. I'm just gonna fake out the Zeke, the Rillaboom here, so you can't fake out me. I probably outspeed. I'm gonna click Giga Drain here to keep you honest. You flinch. You're gonna bulk up. You're getting Grady here. I'm gonna click Giga Drain to do huge damage. Take out the Groudon. This is so far so good. My ego is inflated. My confidence is rising. This is good stuff. And so it's as if this opponent. I mean, look, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm feeling very confident about this next move because the Executor going Steel here. I'm just going to click Sludge Wave right now. I'm not going to Terra type yet, but let's click Sludge Wave. And we'll go Terra Steel. I don't think we need to Terra Blast the Flare Mane. We'll go Terra Steel and Dragon Pulse the Rillaboom. Icy Wind comes out, you're trying to do big damage, you drop my speed, that's totally fine. I'm gonna click Sludge Wave. Immune, okay, it does about half to both. Get the Toxic, that's nice. And you're gonna go out into that, you're gonna be immune, but I'm going to click, well, actually this is a great position for me. I'm just gonna, pause right there and say that. You can click a Psychic type, you can click a Psychic type move, I don't know if you have one. I'm gonna click Sludge Wave again, because I don't mind losing the Monkey Dory here. And I'm actually tempted, now that I see the rest of your team, to click Trick Room here and start dominating, because the rest of my Pokemon are super slow. Light Screen gonna come out. You're gonna click Shadow Ball. I'm gonna do decent damage and get another poison off. I'm gonna set up Trick Room, and now, you have Light Screen set up, so that's good for you, but I'm poisoning your guys, which is great for me. I do love the residual damage, just singles player in me. So boring gameplay alert, but I'm not against clicking Sludge Wave again. Parting Shot could be a potential move, but I don't really want to overthink this. Monkey Dory, you stay in as long as, my opponent is allowing you to stay in, and we'll go from there. I still have my Citrus Berry, so I'm just going to click Terra Blast. Which slot do I think is going to switch out, honestly? Because I think the Grimmsnarl can't win on its own, and I'm running out of time because I'm talking. I'm going to click Terra Blast in that spot. That sounds like pretty good to me. Foul Play is going to take out Monkey Dory. I still feel like I'm in good shape. The sun is up, so even if I go down to my Citrus Berry, I'll be able to harvest it back. I think now is the time to start going for the kill. So I'm going to go into Malamar, which is the real champion of this And now my opponent is going to be like, well, who do I switch out into Flutter Mane to block the Superpower? Because I think Superpower is a pretty predictable move. You just chose Rillaboom this turn, so you're going to fake out something. I'm just going to click Superpower on the Rillaboom spot because I think you're gonna fake out something. I'll also click Giga. I don't even need to click Giga Drain. I think I'll just click. How much did? I'm running out of time. I'm not really. I'm just looking off to the side, seeing how much Terra Blast did last time. 20%. You're gonna take 12, so Terra Blast would kill. As predicted, you're gonna fake out. I'm gonna Terra Blast to take you down. Toxic should take you out next turn. This is a good shape for me. I was able to harvest my thing back before the sun ran out, which is perfect. And for some reason, poison didn't take you out. But I guess it's because you healed because grassy terrain. Okay, that's fine. Because toxic will take you out next turn. I feel comfortable ignoring you. I'm gonna click that knockoff on the Grimmsnarl though, and I will click. I mean, Terra Blast on the Grimmsnarl slot, right? Yeah, but you want to. I mean, is this gonna do any damage? You're gonna set up Reflect. I'm gonna do big damage with that. Knockoff to take off your Light Clay. You're gonna click U-turn, do big damage to Malamar, but I think I have this in the bag. So we're gonna knock off again on the Flutter Mane spot. I mean, you switch out the. Honestly, I think I have this in the bag. I have a Pokemon in the bag. I feel confident. So we're just gonna take out these two Pokemon here, and then it's gonna be a 1-on-2 situation. You're gonna protect. That's totally fine. You're toxic, so I'm cool with you taking damage there. I think the one thing I have to be wary of is, I mean, even still, how could I lose this? So you're gonna fake out. I think you're gonna fake out the Malamar, but I'll just click. I mean, look. Yeah, I'm less afraid of the Rillaboom, so I'm gonna attack twice into the Flutter Mane spot. All right, so fake out goes off. Moonblast takes me out. I'm gonna flinch. This is fine. Yeah, I still have my Citrus Berry. You're taking huge damage. Gastrodon's gonna come out. Now you're probably gonna Grassy Glide here, but yeah, Rillaboom's not going to live to see the next turn. So I'm just going to click Icy Wind. I'm going to click Terra Blast. You can't even Protect Stall in this situation. I think we're going to pick up the kill. I probably could have played the end game a bit better, but happy to get a win. Grassy Glide's going to come out, take out the Gastrodon. That's totally fine. You're going to go down because of Rocky Helmet, actually. And Executor is just going to barely live. So I definitely probably could have played this a lot better. But we're going to get the win. GG's to Testing Hazard. I'm going to take a look quickly at the runtime for the video. We're doing pretty good. I say we go into another one. Yeah, this one is going to be a bit longer because we did the team preview. But I hope you stick with me. I feel pretty good as far as recording these things go. So we're going to jump into another one. We're up against Clap, Ask, Pam. Again, looking at things I want to click Thunder Wave against. I feel pretty good with just, getting my Trick Room up. Again, the Rillaboom it encourages me to play grass types, I feel like. Torterra doesn't have any grass type moves, but the Giga Drain on the Executor becomes really powerful in grassy terrain because it's just, constantly restoring its health and sticking around. Switching up the typing allows it to stay around longer, which is helpful because Monkey Dory poisons things and the opponent wants to finish the game as quickly as possible once things start getting poisoned. Just putting them in very uncomfortable positions. So I think here I'm going to choose Executor. I'm going to lead with the same two. I don't really feel the specialized need for Thundurus or Gastrodon in this situation. So I'm just going to go Malamar Torterra. All right, so here comes Monkey Dory. Here comes Executor. Flutter Mane, and so we have two ghost types here, and so that's going to be a bit of a situation for me. This is actually not a great starting out. Honestly, this is very bad. I'm predicting Flutter Mane is going to try to attack right into the Executor with some kind of fairy type attack. I'm going to click Sludge Wave here and just do damage. I honestly want to switch, but I'm not totally sure into what. My mind is, let's get rid of the Torterra, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get the benefit from Torterra in this matchup. It's either that or Executor. Honestly, let's do away with the Executor, I think. So I'm going to click Trick Room here. If I get it off, that's great, but if not, I totally get it, and I totally get it. Final Gambit. Wow. Okay, lots happening. Go! So, I'm gonna be completely honest. I probably just lose this one outright. That was that start out from the opponent was very, very difficult to face. And I mean, look, live and learn, I suppose. So, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna get hit with a fairy type move on this slot. I just know it, and I mean that's essentially the game. But I'm gonna superpower here. I'm going to, I mean, look, I can wide guard to protect myself because you're going to click a fire type move into this spot. But let's click Bulldoze. Let's see what happens. So that goes down. Collision Course. Torterra, you're a beast. But, yeah, I'm not going to belabor the point because we do only have like 30 minutes to record on the software I'm using. So we're just going to go down there. So, look, live and learn. Give me tips on how to improve the team. I think you get a general sense of what I'm trying to do here. Bulldoze, it's really like a mixture of two different things, right? So Trick Room is one way I can play it, and then Bulldoze into, what's it called? Malamar, to get that contrary boost. It's happened both ways for me, and so I like the idea of being able to fluctuate with speed, become the fastest thing, use the slowest thing to my advantage. It helps me react to Tailwind better because Bulldoze is too slow to react to Tailwind. And so I have that versatility. And so late game, I can go for like a last turn of Trick Room. I can click Bulldoze and then come out of Trick Room faster, potentially, because you're going down one, I'm going up one. So we're kind of passing each other in that way. Okay, looking at this team preview, and this will probably be the last game we play for the day. Yeah, I mean, look, I am a creature of habit. I tend to lead Monkey Dory. I'm not too afraid of the Incineroar so long as I just, pick properly. So I'm thinking Malamar is a good lead here. I think I want to get Trick Room up as quickly as possible and stay in Trick Room. Yeah, I think I'll just have the advantage like that. Keep an eye out for the, the Calyrex Ice, because there is a slow element to this team. We'll get into it. Let's see how it goes. The Calyrex is going to lead first, and Incineroar is going to come out. Yeah, and Incineroar was something that I was picking up on clearly. So I think I'm going to fake out the Incineroar so I can maintain my Malamar and then click Superpower on yeah, I'll click Superpower on Calyrex. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to Terra, but we'll Superpower Calyrex. Fake out on Incineroar is nice because Incineroar's fake out, first of all, it does a lot of damage, and second of all, it stops it from, it flinches you, as you're seeing here. So I can Superpower. That does nothing. I'm going to be able to live the Glacial Lance, but I won't be able to do it for long if you're going to keep boosting like that, especially because look what I have back here. Fortunately, Executor can go Steel type, which I will do, and Terra Blast into the Calyrex spot. I don't know what Incineroar is going to do here, but I'm going to set up a Trick Room. I did really want to get Trick Room up, but the Calyrex I was just threatened by. So you're going to go Fire type, I'm going to go Steel type, funnily enough. What are we doing here? Glacial Lance, we both live. Terra Blast goes off. I'm really concerned. Okay, actually no, because you Helping Hand, so I can't quite say that we're in great shape here, but I think I want to double up into the Calyrex spot. I mean, look, I'm walking into a Protect, but I think that's my best option because Glacial Lance is just killing me right now. Right.
No!
Right. I should be better. I should totally be better. Leftover is going to get knocked off. I'm going to superpower into that too. Just walk right into it. I think I'm just going to click it again. Just the same moves again. Let me think. Yeah, because Incineroar is actually slower than Malamar, so it's going to be able to go first, which means I won't be able to do much of anything. So I think I'm going to... Man, this is tough. I'm going to Dragon Pulse the Incineroar. Maybe I can take it out. Man, I'm not even... This is tough, man. I can not... knocking off the Calyrex won't even do much of anything. Yeah, so we'll Dragon Pulse the Incineroar. And we'll Superpower the Calyrex. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to knock off that. And Glacial Lance is going to come off. So I actually set up Trick Room against the wrong guy, it seems like. Torterra's going to come out here. I doubt Torterra's going to be able to do much of anything, but I'll click Bulldoze and let's all see what happens. Parting Shot's going to come off. That's just, I mean, look. Okay, now the switch happens and I lose, it appears. Glacial Lance, that's just going to take me out. All right, let's see. What are we doing on timing? Because I would like to end on a win. So I think we're going to cut right here, and then I'll jump back in, and we could, you know, do something from there. We're just jumping into it versus Violet Treadlin, whatever. Seeing a lot of the usual threats. I'm thinking I need to tweak this team to be more prepared for a Calyrex, the Ghost one, or just Ghost types in general. But let's jump into it. I'll give it my best go. We'll do the Munkidori. I want to lead Malamar here just because I think there's a lot of opportunity for me in that. Again, I don't know if I want to lead Thundurus here. I don't know if I want to lead the Gastrodon per se. Torterra provides me a few opportunities. But you know what? I'm thinking Exeggutor. And then I actually like Gastrodon in this matchup. Gastrodon has the Mirror Coat and Counter, so it's able to counter these threats a bit better, I think. So Unnerve is actually going to be able to stopping me from eating berries, but I'm going to be fine with that right now. I'm going to Fake Out on the Chi-Yu, and I'm going to set up a Trick Room. I really am threatened by this Calyrex. I mean, if I'm really threatened by the Calyrex, I should just click Knockoff here, honestly. Let's just click Knockoff. Toxic Chain's going to do that. Munkidori's going to get brought down. I'm going to click Knockoff and just take out the Calyrex. Let's just get rid of it, right? Let's just go for it. You know, that's the energy I have right now. So here comes Incineroar. I think I outspeed out of everyone for Munkidori, so I'm going to click, I mean, let's Parting Shot the Chi-Yu just because I don't like how it drops special defense of everything on the board. I'm likely to get faked out on the Malamar spot, but there's not much I can do about that right now. You're a Dark type up against Poison. I mean, I could Terrasilize here. I actually think that's a pretty good option just to protect against any Dark type attacks you're going to throw at me right now. In particular, also Knockoff. So let's do that. And if we get Trick Room up, then we can start throwing out superpowers with Stab. So that's going to be successful. I'm going to go out into Gastrodon here. So Heat Wave's going to come off. It's not going to do terrible damage, but I'm going to get burned, which is like the worst thing that can happen if you're a Malamar, just because everything else doesn't really affect you. But I think we'll be fine. So looking at Gastrodon here up against the field, I mean, I'm anticipating another round of Heat Wave. I'm anticipating a physical move from the... I'm anticipating a knockoff from the Incineroar, so maybe I'll just click counter there, and then I'll superpower the Chi-Yu. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. So Chi-Yu is going to switch out into Rillaboom. I'm totally fine with that, as anticipated. The knockoff goes off on the Gastrodon. I'm going to get the boost. Counter's going to take out Incineroar, which is nice. And now we're in this situation. I mean, I think Gastrodon's going to get taken out by the Rillaboom is just going to click Grassy Glide. So, look, I'll click Counter again. No, I won't click Counter again because I'm not. Why would I expect to get hit? I'm going to Stomping Tantrum into the Chi-Yu. And did you show Protect? I mean, you're poisoned, so you're on a clock, and I really want to boost my defense ahead of taking another Incineroar hit. My leftovers are gone, but I'm in grassy terrain, so I mean, maybe I'll be able to lift something. I just don't know. So I'll attack twice into the Chi-Yu spot. Superpower is going to come off and take out the Chi-Yu. This is great. And grassy terrain, again, it's just people bring Rillaboom a lot, and I'm actually able to benefit from it. We're actually going to get a quit, and I think just because of the timing of this video, I'm going to call it there. Look, this team is by no means perfect. I'm going to pull it up again. This team is by no means perfect, okay? But it's a team that's interesting. I think there are things here. I just wanted to display some level of thinking and thought before I went into it, because before, man, when I was first playing this Regulation G, this was just tough. It was a bloodbath. I was getting destroyed. I was getting ragdolled, man. So to be able to come out with this, a team that has some thought, has a lot of Stinky MD in it, because it's just Pokemon you wouldn't expect to see together doing things, kind of. It's all built around a strategy that's kind of solid. I'm even thinking, like, let me know if I should play Superior in this, because that's one thing I was thinking as far as, like, take full advantage of Contrary, man. Are you getting the most of an Executor Alola? This really started with the idea of Trick Room and then kind of built onto a lot of different things. I'm rambling. I'm doing another team preview here. Be down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know, how I can make the team better. Different Pokemon you'd like to see. Different Pokemon you'd like to see on this team. If there's a better Pokemon that does one of the things that I, tried to establish that I'm trying to do in this video, let me know. I appreciate all the help. I by no means think that I'm the smartest person here. Here meaning like the channel and then the subscribers and the people who view it. But I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, and I'm having fun doing it too. So, oh man, this was a long video. With that being said, thank you for watching. GG's to all the opponents. Win or loss, we're learning, we're growing. We play weird things, we win sometimes, and that's the best thing I can say as being Stinky MD. So, I will see you next time.